Right folks, welcome back. Welcome to Mostyn 2.0. In case the shoddy audio doesn't give it away, the mics are completely toasted, and I noticed that after I'd recorded this intro. So I'll voice this over. I'll keep the intro nice, short and sweet. We are all set up at the other end of Mostyn now. The target for the session is raise, so we've got both heavy rods out. I've got with me the Achios Creed and the Anyfish Anywhere GBFS Pro. We've got pulley panel rigs on both of those, one loaded with squid and bluey, and one with straight squid. We're already on the second casts, casting short. Unfortunately, there's a lot of weed in the water, and the two long casts that I sent out on the first cast came round to the right almost instantly. We've got 3 hours till high water. The intention is to fish it all the way up over high water and a couple hours back down. But as you'll see as the video progresses, with any good, awful angler session, things don't go quite to plan. So stick with us. It's going to be a rough one. It's not been out there 5 minutes. Well, I was hoping 2 hours to high water, things would be getting a little bit better. Unfortunately they're not. Unfortunately they're not. Well, this wind is properly picking up now. I'm not sure, like I said, I mean the GoPro mic has taken an absolute beating this morning. Like the standard mic as well as my proper mic, so I don't know how much of the wind noise it's actually going to cancel out anymore. The weed is horrific, as you've just seen. We've got about 2 hours now to high water, so I'm hoping it's going to start. I'm just watching these rod tips. I'm hoping it's going to start calming down a little bit. I'm hoping we're going to be able to start putting a bit of distance on casts, but so far it's not looking good at all. I've got Darren Jones from Shore Hugger UK Facebook group just come down to join me, so he's just setting up. He doesn't seem in any rush. He doesn't seem in any rush at all. Now I'm not sure if that's because he can't be arsed, or whether he knows something that I don't with regards to when you can fish it. But yeah, so far very, very little action, very, very large amounts of weed, and very, very windy. Oh, Daz has just absolutely smashed his first bait out, and I mean sent it. Brave man. Like I say, maybe he knows something I don't. Might have to go and have a chat with him in a minute, because I'm using 7-ounce leads and I ain't casting far and it's coming round at a rate of knots. Right, we have got an hour left till high water. That's about all there is to tell you. That is literally about all there is to tell you. Just seen Daz just bring in a load of weed. So much so that I think he's pretty sure he cut his line off, just to pull the weed off rather than picking it off like I'm doing. And that's about it. Hopefully, the tide is definitely running a lot less, because I mean I'm managing to put baits out further and hold bottom, but yeah, the weed is still a nightmare, and it seems to be in the middle of the water column, because there's nothing, you can't see anything floating around on the top. You can get your leads back, and then all of a sudden it just seems like as you lift your lead up, it gets closer towards you, and then all of a sudden it just hits all the weed that's obviously attached to your line. So it does seem to be loose in the water column somewhere about midway, but it's a pain in the arse. It really is a pain in the arse. But battling through that, I'm still just sticking 2 pennel rigs out with fish baits on. I'm not tempted in any way to mix it up and try for whiting or put that scratching rig out that we had on earlier, or the flatter rig even. No doubt if I put them out we could probably get some flounder or something like that, but I'm not interested. I am purely on this session just interested in rays. Only rays. Right, well, that has been out in the water for half an hour. It's a herring and squid bait, and it's come back completely untouched. Completely untouched. Now that hook's turned around, but it's not going to make any difference, is it? That hasn't even had a nibble. Not even a crab's touched that. Anyway, the wind's getting up. The weed, I mean, that's the weed that I've picked off so far. This last cast came back relatively weed free, so I'm going to put another bait out. I'm probably just going to go squid and blacks, I think. Squid and blacks. I'm going to send it, see if we can't find that elusive little ray. And while we're on the subject, look at them clouds. We are going to get absolutely soaked very shortly. Very shortly. I mean, maybe the camera doesn't pick it up, but there's like a line there where you've got nice clear skies, clearish, and then it just goes dark. I mean, maybe not such a little bait, but squid and black bait, 2 proud hook points, ready to go. Let's send that out there. Oh god, it's bloody vile, this weather. Right folks, well, it's bang on high water. Bang on high water. Me and Daz were just having a conflab about whether it's going to pick up or not. Daz prefers the flood. I fancy the ebb. So the first half hour of the ebb we'll start to see some fish. I reckon between me and him we've got to find a ray, surely. I say it's bang on high water. My lines have already, I had them straight out and they were holding bottom at 7 ounce. I've noticed that they are now off to the left. So yeah, we should be bang on high water, but maybe the tide's already on the turn. Maybe the tide's already on the turn. The question is, how bad is the weed going to be? Because yeah, I thought the last video was short. If the weed's as bad, this video could be even shorter. I think we'll be lucky to make this video a 10-minute at this rate. Cameras are definitely going to make it look a lot better than it is, but do a bit of recording without the microphones on. Hopefully you'll get a glimpse of just how bad the wind and rain is. Daz is down there, bless him, trying to keep sheltered from it all. We're trying to get sheltered behind this little rock bank. I've took my stuff right up and under the wall. Yeah, oh, this weather, man, this is winter fishing for you. This is winter fishing. Right then, that's it, we're all baited up again and sent back out. Sent out at distance as well this time, and so far they seem to be holding bottom. And if I just turn you around, literally in the time it's taken me to bait up, that's the skies that we've got in front of us now. It's just absolute bonkers weather today. Absolute bonkers weather. Yeah, blue skies again. Still got quite a lot of wind, but it's bipolar, this weather today. Bipolar, and it's starting to drop really cold as well. Anyway, we are about 15 minutes after high water. So yeah, we should start to see some change. I can already see an awful lot of white caps out over yonder, where it looks like the water's starting to empty out over the sandbars. Not starting to see too much pull at the minute through the channel in front of us. Certainly, I mean, I'm holding bottom and I'm on braid as well. So yeah, one thing that I haven't pointed out is I'm running braid, 90-pound braid straight through, which is far from ideal in conditions like this. However, I've been saying I'm going to spool up on braid for months and months. I can't even hold the camera still because of the wind. But yeah, I've been saying for months I'm going to spool up with braid. I finally did it last night, just because I know where we were this morning. You're fishing into deep water. In fact, I had a look actually on Navionics, and you're, you know, a 15-20 yard cast will put you straight into 30 feet of water. And I also know it can be really snaggy, so I thought, put braid on. I don't have to worry about shock leader knots. I don't have to worry about, you know, 18-pound line snapping and putting 10 meters of bloody shock leader and all that sort of stuff in the water. I'll go braid straight through. And yeah, it's worked really well, apart from when we've come up here and we're fishing into this tide run, because yeah, it's just got no give. Once you get a bit of weed on it, it's just breaking stuff loose. But yeah, so far 15 minutes into the ebb, we're still holding bottom. Weed seems to have disappeared. I've cast out at distance. Let's hope. Sorry, I'm watching the rods just over there. Maybe I've put the camera up there. You might think, man, I'll probably just look boz-eyed then. Yeah, I'm busy watching the rod tips. Hopefully now we've managed to hit a bit of distance. Oh, both rods just pulled down at exactly the same time, and that was weird as anything. That is bizarre. Right, I'm going to go and stand down behind these rods, because the last thing I want is something floating through, snagging both lines and taking my rods over. So I'm going to go stand by my rods for a little bit. Like I say, because I haven't got the mics on, I'll not be able to do much filming. It's going to be a short video, but I'm going to work hard for this last hour or so to try and get us that ray, get us that target species, get us that ray, avoid the blank. Like I say, I am not going to swap. I'm not going to swap down to a scratching rig to avoid a blank. It's not the name of this game. Well folks, I can only apologise. I've just dropped a small eel right at the water's edge. When I say small, it was small, but it would have avoided the blank. Gutted. But it's not the species that we came for. It is not the species we come for. We're here for rays and nothing but rays. But, oh hello. That Darren snagged up. Fish on! Now then. He's making ground on it. I think we might have to go and have a look at this. I might have to go and have a look. Let's have a wander down here. I'm not sure if he wants to be on film or not, so I'll check that and we'll get back to you. He says he thinks he's found a tree. Come down here because I just want to make sure. Now I've just rebaited mine and recast, and Daz is all the way down here, and I want to make sure that he's, I think is he over one and under the other? I think he's under. Oh, he is. He's over one, and I think he's under the other. But I think you're over one and under other. I think. Right, I'm going to put the phone down and hopefully we'll get this in, see what's going on. Right, we're almost there, I think. Unfortunately, it does just look like a big dog ball of weed. Let me grab that. I think it's going to be on his shock leader. Let's try and get hold of as much of it as we can. Alright, he holds up there. Let me still don't think I've not got your shock leader here though. Right, I'll bring you back, folks. on that note, mate,
I was just, I think we were about to say exactly the same fucking thing.
Well, that was mad, but there we go. 7-ounce lead, perfectly intact bait. Another 7-ounce lead, perfectly intact bait. And, well, that lot. So I reckon, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're done, we're finished, we're out of here. That was an absolute hectic last 10 minutes. So, obviously you saw us starting to sort Daz's line out. I went in to fetch the last clump of weed. Saw his other line tangled up with it. As I turned around to look where his other line was, I saw my rod rest go up onto 2 legs, and I run like the graceful elephant that I am. Just managed to stop my rod rest going over, and then yeah, I got some footage of, well, Daz bringing his rod in, me bringing my rod in, my other rod going over. Yeah, the amount of weed was just absolutely insane. As soon as, well, we got about an hour after high water. It's 5 o'clock now that we're all wrapped up and done and dusted. Yeah, I wasn't interested in fishing that any longer. Mostyn, you cruel so-and-so. I don't know why I do it to myself. Well, no, that's a lie, actually. I know exactly why I did it to myself this time. Every time I come to Mostyn, I come with 0 expectations, 0 hopes. Like I said when we were fishing the other end, I've had one of those weeks. I wanted a mark where I could sling some big baits out in hope of that big fish, sit back, chill out, get soaked to the bone, get cold, be one with nature, chill out, forget about everything else, and I can thankfully say I have done that. We had dabs on the session this morning. I dropped that little eel to avoid a blank, so we've blanked as far as I'm concerned up on the second session, but I am going home in a much better frame of mind. I've come out here, I've completely zoned out, chilled out, and that's me now. That's me done, dusted for the year, ready for Christmas, ready to spend some time with the family. Like I say, I hope you've had a good Christmas. I hope you're having a good Christmas. I just want to wish you all the best for 2025. Let's set some goals, let's get after them. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care and tight lines.